Hi, Lee Ankrum here from the Ankrum Institute. Let's talk a little bit about concussions, just a little piece about concussions. So here's a great little picture that I have of the brain, and these are the different lobes. You can see the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. There's just the different lobes. Too bad they're not color-coded in the brain, just here on my little sheet. Anyway, so when you have a concussion, what can happen is this, is that not only do you have that force that comes into the head, but what often happens is, what does happen is the brain actually goes and hits the opposite side of the skull and comes back. The brain does get whiplashed in these kinds of things. Now the hard part is think about this. Many concussions happen on the top of the head somewhere, and actually what it does is take the entire brain down, forces the brain down on itself. So remember that when you get a concussion, is two things for me as a craniosacral practitioner, as well as that I do other things, but in the cranial practice is that I have to think about two things. One, the brain has whiplashed, so I have to deal with the force that went into the brain that hit the other side of the head. The other piece is that I have to work on the density that's created by where the impact hit. So you'll get densities on the brain itself, as well as you can get the brain pushed down onto the other parts of the brain, or you can get it where it hits the bone. So when I'm feeling on a head to feel what has happened, what's the residual from a concussion, I'm looking for those two things. The initial force that made a density somewhere in the brain tissue, but the other thing is either the whiplash force or the force down onto the brainstem, because everything actually needs to be taken care of in that kind of a whiplash. Thank you. Lee Ankrum here, the Ankrum Institute.